அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். Good morning, respected principal, teachers and students of Velammal, Vidyalaya, Alapakkam and Karambakam. This is a special day for you. This is your virtual investiture ceremony happening today, where you are going to place in position leaders whom you have selected through a process. So you have selected a head boy, a head girl, student, pupil leaders, monitors and assistant monitors. So a lot of you have been selected as leaders. Let me congratulate the young leaders who've been selected, who are brimming with confidence, brimming with happiness and wanting to do something major during your 1 year in school next year, the coming year. Extremely happy to connect with all of you virtually also. These are difficult times. The corona pandemic is taking a toll on all of us. So as leaders, what will you do is a prime question. What is leadership all about? Leadership is about communicating a compelling aspiration. So what is compelling aspiration you want to communicate to your followers? There are two phases right now. In the short term, I think it's about corona. In the long term, it's about inspiring people. So in corona, I would definitely want you to become ambassadors for the preventive aspects of corona that the government has been telling all of us about. So you should be able to communicate to your followers that everybody who steps out of the home will wear a mask. Second is they will keep washing their hands with soap, sanitizer, whatever, as frequently as possible. Third is that they will maintain a social distance of at least a meter from the other person. And fourth is that you will try your best to improve your immunity through some of the Indian systems of medicines which are there on offer. That's for the short term, and that will keep communicating to all your followers all the time. But there are certain qualities of a leader that you would want to aspire to have. The word leadership itself, for me, it's itself an acronym. The L would stand for being a good listener. So all your followers would come running to you and asking for suggestions from you, advice from you. Hear what they have to say in full. Gather your thoughts and only then respond. E would stand for being empathetic, putting yourselves in the shoes of others and trying to understand their problems. The great trait of a leader. A would stand for agenda. Do you have an agenda? Of course you have an agenda. An agenda passed on by the school, and on top of that, an agenda that you have for your followers. But you don't have a personal agenda. That's a very important thing. No personal agenda. The absolute common wheel is what the leader would always want to have. D would stand for discipline and direction. What is the direction that you want to give followers? That would depend on what is the discipline that you yourself have inculcated over the many years that you have been a student. What is it that you want to inculcate in your followers? So one of the only resource, according to me, which God Almighty has given equally to all of us, including animals, plants, you name it. The President of America, the Indian Prime Minister, you, me, the man on the street, is the 24-hour capsule. How effectively you use that time will determine or decide how successful we are, depending on how you define success in the first place. But these 24 hours, different people use differently, isn't it? I would state that you have to divide it into two phases, a waking phase and a sleeping phase. The sleep should be definitely for 7 hours. And between 5 a.m. and 10 p.m. is all you have, 17 hours. It's all yours. How you budget that day is very important. You should not be running around in the morning searching for things so that you are ready for school. No, you should be ready the previous night before going to bed at 10 a.m. with a book in your hand. Before that, you would decide what is the agenda for you the next day so that you are prepared. So discipline and direction. E would stand for being ethical. So you have to be, as a leader, very, very ethical. R would stand for taking responsibility. No, don't pass the buck. Always take responsibility. One of the greatest persons I've seen taking responsibility is the captain of the Titanic ship. He knew he was going down, but he was calm. He was not afraid. He calmly arranged for small boats for people, as many people as possible, to get away, while he himself knew that he would be going down. That's ultimate leadership. S would stand for sphere of influence. You're an assistant monitor, but you want to aspire to be the head boy or a head girl. So you have to keep improving your sphere of influence by your qualities, your personal qualities, your inspirational qualities. H would be for being happy. God Almighty has created us all to be happy. I find a lot of leaders who are, have creases on their forehead, worried. Don't be. There's always a solution to a problem. If there's no solution, there's no problem. So there's always a solution you can always find out with the help of being a part of a team and leading the team. I is for inspiration. Get inspired all the time from great men and great women who have roamed this earth. You look at Mahatma Gandhi or an Abraham Lincoln or Martin Luther King or our own Abdul Kalam ji or any of the leaders that we have found have greatness, who are embodiments of greatness. I think we should get inspired by them. We should rub these off to our followers. We should tell, and with certain qualities that you yourself, inculcate because of your constant practice, that you'll be able to communicate to others. P, and that's the most important thing, is to be passionate all the time. Passionate about your work, your day, your talents. Yes, something which I want to tell you is about your talents. You might have an extracurricular activity, something good apart from academics. You should always have that. In fact, multiple things you should be able to have. You should be good at sports, you should be good at music, you should be good at painting, you should be good at dancing. Not everybody is good at all of these things, but as a living human being, we are all walking, talking molecules of talent. We need to find out what that talent is, because the ultimate thing is to realize the potential. So what the good leader does is to ensure that he or she realizes his or her potential and also allows and creates more leaders. Don't create followers. You create more leadership. Tell them that they have a potential, that they can reach up to that potential by sheer dint of hard work. So these are the things that a leader should embody. And you are here in a position of influence so that you can influence your friends and peers and to think big. Dream big for this big nation, not only for your school. It's for your state and it's for this great nation. This nation is wanting to have great leaders like you. So this is not just a virtual investiture ceremony. This is Velammal school and the institution laying seeds of thoughts in your mind, of being great, of being bigger than the self, of being bigger than, of having thoughts bigger than the self. This is basically because our country is not an equal country, isn't it? So there are people who are below us, who need to be brought to the mainstream, as it were, who need to be told that you have a potential and that we can raise you to that potential. So that's about leadership. And you have to keep motivating yourself. You have to keep designing your days and the months and the years so that one day you all grow up to be big leaders for the country. My best wishes to you. Good luck and thank you.